think so. Thank you.
Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to our Monday evening Live Younger community call webinar. This is Gregory and my darling and partner in life and my wife, Robin, over here on the other side of the office. Hi, everybody. Very special night. We have three very special people we're going to be introducing you to. And the first one is just a real special pleasure for me, because one of the things I love about this profession and this industry is creating long-term, mutually rewarding relationships. And this gentleman I'm going to introduce you to, most of you already know, some of you know from previous companies, because he's a veteran of the industry for almost 40 years. He's got me beat. I'm 34 years in the industry, and about 31 or 32 years ago, I met this gentleman. We ended up in business together. I think we took turns sponsoring each other in different companies till we found one that really worked. And then that one, we put hundreds of thousands of people in, made millions of dollars, traveled to Asia and Europe together, and walked the beaches of the world together. And some of those beaches were in his backyard, because he's got a beautiful home right on the white sandy beaches of Sarasota, Florida. And, but as things happen, our past kind of parted. We were in the same company. We helped start a company 20 some years ago together. And then, I moved on, he stuck around, and that company doesn't exist anymore. And when that company was having a little challenge, I said, hey, Harris, you should take a look at this. And I am so glad that, when I call, he listens. When he calls me, I listen. So Harris, why don't you jump on? And we're just so honored to introduce the newest Senior Presidential Director in LifeWave and in the Live Younger team, Harris.
Oh, well, thank you, everybody. And thank you, Gregory.
Wait. Before you start.
Okay.
Happy birthday to you.
That's right.
Happy birthday to you. It's Harris's birthday. He created a birthday, an SPD, and a hurricane all the same day.
That would resemble my life in general, Robin. Birthday, hurricane, and celebration. Right?
Yeah. So we were laughing earlier. It's kind of the perfect storm, your birthday, SPD, and a hurricane.
True story. Well, it's such a pleasure to be on the Zoom with everybody. Thank you, Gregory, for obviously your kind words and 30 plus years of just making so many magical moments and changing so many lives, including our own. The going joke with Gregory was every time he called me, the first question would be, where do you want me to move, Gregory? And that's pretty much what I did. I moved all around the world, and we really have, I think, made a major difference in other people's lives. And it was such a blessing when Robin actually really contacted me to let me know how she was doing. And that was a couple of years ago. Mm-hmm. And when I heard her results from really the X39, and I'd had a lot of injuries from being kind of an extreme athlete my whole life. So when she started telling me about it, and she was considering getting stem cell therapy and all these other things for her knee, I was just so in awe, because when I know the pain she was in, I saw her prior to using X39. And when I saw you all in Golden, Colorado, I couldn't believe how beautiful and vibrant and just healthy she looked. And that got my attention. I must say it was the benefits in Robin that made the difference for me.
Well, that was convincing for me, because when I watched what happened to her, when she started putting these seemingly silly little innocuous patches on the back of her neck, and all of a sudden 7 days later, the pain in her knee goes away. And it's like, whoa, there's something's going on here. Something's magical and real here. But, funny thing about this time when I called, you didn't have to move, because the owner lives just about an hour away from you.
That's true. And if this hurricane keeps coming, I might be over there next door to him by tomorrow night. So that's where we always go. Last time I actually went to Winter Park, where close to where David lives, my brother made the reservations, and the hurricane ended up hitting Winter Park. It missed Sarasota and hit Winter Park. So I think I'm just going to stay home this time.
Well, Harris, thank you so much. I'm just so grateful you looked at this, and being, such a successful veteran in the industry. I mean, I'll just ask you, why network marketing? Why LifeWave?
Well, those are two big questions.
They are big questions. Yeah.
For me, I was a boat captain, fishing guide, recreational specialist, many would say. I loved working for Smiles More Than Money for a long time when I was younger, teaching people how to be healthier, how to be more fit, and really have to have fun, how to celebrate their life. And and so a couple of friends of mine, long story short, shared really network marketing or relationship marketing almost 40 years ago with me. They were both younger. And I remember I gave them a hard time and I kind of kidded them and said, oh, I knew about those things back when you were in kindergarten, I gave them a hard time about it. But thank goodness they stayed on top of me and kept following up and got me to go take a look because it really did change my life because all three of us, the interesting story, Gregory, I won't get off on too much of a digression, but all three of us grew up like a mile from each other in a little retirement community at the time. The average age was 70, probably 65, 70 years old, which happens to be my age now, which I can't hardly believe. Time flies. So anyway, long and short, they got me to go out and take a look at a company and I decided to go ahead and join them. And the beauty of it is a lot of times people will say, well, Harris, right, you must have been in the right place, right time, got lucky. I mean, you hear a lot of things, but I think for us, all three of us, none of us got through college. All of us were super motivated to definitely, I wanted freedom. They wanted to be millionaires. And it so happens that all three of us live within 20 miles of each other. Again, we've all moved back and we've traveled the world with four different companies, produced billions of dollars in sales and changed millions of people's lives. And we just pinch each other because what are the chances, right? I mean, not one, but two, but three kids, basically young men without a college education. But here was the key. We really didn't have as many options as a lot of people with college degrees. And so quitting wasn't an object. So we failed enough to win. And Gregory, as you have and I have, we started to learn how to choose and pick the right home and companies and the right up team and really the right down team. Because when you can find that with the right product, and that's really where, it came, really where the light went on for me, as you mentioned a couple of years ago, when I saw the writing on the wall that the company that we had started was not going to stay in direct sales, in relationship marketing. Thank goodness Robin patched me. You guys were incredibly supportive, and thank goodness Connie Lucas, who I was mentoring at the time, who I just thought the world of. She, thank goodness, her husband Barry tried the patches, had an amazing result, and she started taking a peek at it and a look at it, and then she really is. I mean, I'd like to think I did something really special. I think the most special thing I did was I got to really experience the patches. I did a lot of due diligence talking to David. I chose an incredible up team with you and Robin, and I found Connie. and Connie just, oh my goodness, has just been a godsend. She is every day she changes lives. She's I learn from her now. So it's a beautiful business model. And I really believe that what LifeWave has created, having a global platform, a technology that's not another lotion, potion, powder pill that that you're having to compete with, that really does actually help you look, feel, and perform younger, and is part of the biggest boom, the wellness revolution, $1 trillion industry. And we've got incredible, with David Schmidt, a genius. I've spent hundreds of hours listening to him, and always in awe with his understanding and his genius when it comes down to understanding light therapy, and most importantly, how well it works for people. I think that's really what matters most. They work, the patches work. I'm a great example, 65 years young. I compete still in most of the sports I compete with are very high level, and I'm competing against a lot of guys that are 20, 25, 30 years old. And honestly, my stamina is as good as they are. I may not be quite as fast anymore, but I'm smarter. And I really find that I recover faster. And a lot of the injuries and issues that I've had have started to go away. So I love this, the LifeWave opportunity for a lot of reasons. But the biggest one, I think, for me is the product works. David is an amazing person. And then the support that LifeWave Corporate is giving all of us, setting a global platform up so we can change the lives around the planet, makes such a big difference. But the one that I think that is the intangible is what you and Robin have created, Gregory, which is a community and helping mentor people, because this business is like no other. It's really, to me, it's a lifestyle. It's a place where you can grow. It's a place where you can learn and earn at the same time. You can celebrate life together. It's full of positives. There's very few negatives, other than maybe a no or two that you get along the way, which we all means they need to know more or not yet. So for me, I believe that this profession, as it is the place to be now. And I think that it takes companies like LifeWave to create this model. There's no doubt the InTouch app, with the ability to accelerate your exposures, to have all of the follow-up mechanisms, 7 languages. It just shows that LifeWave is staying in front of the wave, and all of us can do this in the comfort of our homes, houses, or boats, or wherever you may be, because it really is a high-tech and high-touch business now. So I don't think there's been a more exciting time to be in this profession. As you know, Gregory, it was much more difficult 30 years ago, much more expensive to do this business 30 years ago. But now we have everything we need, and I just feel very fortunate and blessed that I've got a great company, a great product, a great up team, and then my down team, all of the amazing people that really, that's why I'm here tonight, being celebrated. It really should be all about you. So I think we should be celebrating everybody that helped me get there, because that's the beauty of now. It's really, my purpose to help them get there. So that's the beauty of our business model. I don't think there's anything else quite like it. We know there's no known cure. We're an example of that. But it's a pleasure to be here, and I just feel very humble and just grateful that I'm part of such a great movement.
Well, this is a joyous day for me too, Harris. To be on this path again together, and to seeing you arrive at the top. And we've only just begun. I mean, for you, it's just 3 years. For us, it's 4 years, and in the company, it's 20 years. 22 years in development, 18 years ago in November, the anniversary coming up. So right place, right time, and right people. Congratulations, Harris.
Well, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure. And we just began. I mean, it's gonna get better and better.
Yep. All right. Okay. Well, Robin, I'm going to turn the next part of the call over for you to introduce our next speaker. And we have a couple of doctors that are on your tail, and one of them's in your group, I think, Harris. So that's pretty cool. But I'm going to let Robin introduce it, and I believe only one of them could be with us on the call tonight. But so exciting.
Actually, well, first, congratulations, Harris. Oh my gosh, we've been waiting. We knew this was coming, and it just, it happened organically, which means he's going to keep qualifying. He's already qualified at SPD again this week on Monday. So great job. Thank you for bringing such wonderful treasures into our lives. A lot of people know Harris he's Connie's sponsor. So that's how famous you are. You're Connie's sponsor. Well, congratulations. And let's move on. Yeah, tonight is really pretty wonderful. We have 2 new senior directors, and they are both quantum healing doctors, both of them, and they're both women. And how wonderful is that? So the first one I'm going to bring on is someone that I got to meet. I don't remember when that summit was. David Schmidt did a summit for an online university that has PhD programs in quantum healing. And we got to meet Dr. Cami Owen. And the more I knew of her, the better it got. And then we got to be together in person in Tulum. and got to really spend quality time together. This woman has a clinic, You Only Younger. Do you think this is a good fit? And she's extraordinary. She came from a background of being, I believe it was a PhD in nursing, and did ER work, and then went on to get her PhD in quantum healing. And she is a gift to anyone who gets near her. And on top of that, you know, she's beautiful too. So Dr. Cami, please join us. Unmute your line and turn on your camera. There she is. Oh, it's always a treat to see you. Always a treat. And you want to unmute your line, open up your audio. There you go.
I have all these degrees, but I'm technologically retarded, so I apologize.
When people ask Gregory to introduce himself, he says, "I'm Robin's driver and tech support." So
Yes.
I understand. Well, Dr. Cami, first of all, congratulations. It's wonderful to have you as a senior director. And, you know, I know that you share these patches very generously with so many people. So could you share a little bit about some of your success tips and some of how you got to be the senior director?
Sure. So I started using these again because I'm a rebound LifeWaver. I started way back in I think it was 2005, 2006, somewhere around there. And then I had a lot of life get in the way. And then I recently was reintroduced back when I was in my summit for Quantum University. And I'm working on a integrative medicine doctorate and a PhD in quantum physics with that university. And in the summit, it showed all the speakers, and I saw David Smith. And I went, oh wow, I have to see that. And so I was so excited to watch it, and I was like, why have I not been involved all this time? So I jumped right on the phone right after that presentation, and met with Patty on the phone, and then Patty got me to you guys, and it's been a lovely experience ever since. And then it was really funny, just sharing the product in my clinic with my clients and patients with different things, and seeing all these miraculous things happen. I get this phone call on my cell phone, and it said LifeWave on it, and I answered it, and it said, you want a trip to Tulum? Do you want to go? And first I looked at like, okay, somebody's punking me, because I did nothing. I didn't even know there was a contest. That's how plugged in I was. So I was just sharing the patches and not really plugged in. And she said, no, this is legit, I promise. And so I said, sure, I'll go. And I went, and it was just amazing. You know, I was in and out of network marketing in other companies for, you know, several years. And a lot of these things, when you go to them, there's a lot of egos, and that's fine. That's, you know, one aspect of network marketing. But what I saw in Tulum was a bunch of healers and amazing people. It wasn't a bunch of, oh, look at me and beating on my chest and look how great I am. It wasn't that at all. And I really had to kind of talk my husband into going, because he had experienced that in other companies, and he didn't really want to, you know, go. And when we got there, it was just amazing. The people there were amazing, and I was like, man, I feel so at home in this company and this product. And then just hearing everybody speak, and then at the convention, it was just amazing. But you know, I share these products with every single client that walks in the door. I have a few things that everybody has to do when they come, if they're going to be involved in our care, and LifeWave is one of them, because I know it's a base. It's as essential as food. And a lot of people ask me, well, how long do I need these? And I said, well, as long as you need oxygen, you need them. And so that's, you know, I set the expectation. This is a lifelong journey, because, you know, that's how important they are. They're as important as food, especially the stem cell patches, both X39, X49. Everybody on the planet should be on them. Use them every day, period, end of story. You can't talk me out of that. But I have a personal experience that I just celebrated my 34th wedding anniversary with my husband. So that was awesome. And we went to Denver, and then we were getting in the car and just driving. We knew in 10 days we needed to be in Phoenix. So it was a nice driving trip. And on day one, we landed in Denver, and I started feeling a little tingle here. And I was like, something's wrong. I ended up needing a root canal, an emergency root canal. And as much as I'm against root canals in general, I needed one, or needed some solution quickly, because I didn't want the whole trip to be completely terrible. And I thought, oh, I have some patches. Let me try these on tooth pain. And I did emergency medicine for 20 years. And I can tell you that many, many, many people come to the emergency room with tooth pain, because it really does completely rock your world. And it's something that you cannot just will away. Anyway, I stuck a brown light ice wave and a white ice wave here. 10 seconds, the pain was gone. And even though I know these work, it still is, I didn't have a lot of pain initially when I started using these. So it was, I just knew what they were doing. But when you have your own personal testimony, which is so important to have your own personal testimony, I was like, wow, these things are amazing. So I walk into a dentist office with these things on my face, and he's like, what are those? And I said, they're pain patches. He goes, what's in them? I said, nanocrystals that vibrate at a certain frequency from the, your body is a battery. I gave him the whole spiel, and he was like, what are those? And anyway, I sent him a thing on the app right away, and we're following up next week to talk. So, I was recruiting even when I was in pain. And then the second dentist that actually did my root canal, same thing happened. So, maybe we'll have two new dentists in our downline here soon. But as far as success story, I think if you are genuine and authentic in your sharing and what you're doing, you're never going to go wrong, whatever you're doing. But especially in LifeWave, because the product really is legit. It really does what they say. For the new people out there that don't necessarily have their own personal testimony, you'll have one soon. But you're around many, many, many people that can help you with your belief system when you're first starting out. But I've seen these patches in my practice change people's lives. I had a lady that had shoulder pain for 20 years. And she had been to 22 doctors to figure out her, and I was number 23. And she was just, praying and hoping I could help her. And I was praying and hoping I could help her too. And I slapped the patches on her. In 3 days, she calls me back. She goes, my God, what are these things? They complete. And then she signed up as a distributor right away. As soon as I've organically gotten patients that decide they want to be distributors, because I tell them you're going to tell everybody about these anyway. You might as well get paid while you're doing it. And so they see it that way as well. And then they sign up. And then I have some clients that just want to be customers for life, and that's cool too. But it's been an organic thing, where I've been accidentally successful, completely accidentally successful. But I do have a high patient load, so I can expose them to a lot of people. But my big success is don't shut up about them. Tell everybody. It's almost selfish at this point not to share these with people, because so many people are in pain. The mainstream medicine that people have access to has really gone south here in the last, especially the last couple of years. And I was part of it, so I can say that with very big confidence that I've had some real misgivings. And so they don't have anything. And this is something that can really help people in this time of this in-between time where we don't know where to turn. A lot of people don't know where to turn. So I see LifeWave as a big unifier, because I've met people that I would never meet in a million years. Robin and Gregory and all the wonderful people in Tulum and at the convention. It's been amazing. But it speaks all languages. When you help somebody get out of pain, there's no better language than that. That's the healing language of love, and that's what these things pour out. They vibrate at that frequency, I believe, and that's what's healing all these people. So it's something that I'm so blessed to be back involved with. I'm so blessed with the people that I've come to know and love, and I can't wait for more. Next year, Harris, I'm right behind you. So
All right. Well, congratulations. Well, I'm glad that you kind of got distracted and came back, because then we get to work together. And I
Yes.
wonder, we spent some wonderful time together in Tulum. Aye, Captain. And that's a private joke.
Yes, it is.
But it's a fun one. And it was a brand new property, and there were a lot of things that weren't quite working. And Dr. Cami was a great sport, because she got locked in the bathroom for 45 minutes. And she was such a good sport. I mean, that shares a lot. And, just what you shared is really the core of it all. You just naturally share because you want to help people. And you didn't even know you qualified for the trip, because you were just naturally doing the income producing activities, which is inviting people to take a look and trying the product and sending information. And you just kept doing that. And bottom line, that's what works. And
Yes,
what
it
happened
does.
to you is the same thing that happened to me. It's like a sense of responsibility to let people know about this technology, because I wasn't looking for a business and I couldn't not share it, and look what
Right.
happened because of, so lots of people's lives have been changed, and we are so happy to have you as part of our community. You're such a wise being. You're a gift to everyone, and thank you so much. So if anyone is near the Houston area, Sugar Land is where your clinic is?
Just southwest of Houston. Please come out and hang out with us. I have students all the time hanging out with me, so it won't be weird. You can just come and hang out with me and watch how I share their product. And I have the kind of clients now that, I will literally say, just shut up and do it, and they'll do it.
They trust you. They trust you.
They do. Because I'm not gonna give them something that doesn't work, and I tell them that, because then you'll come back and fuss at me. So I don't want to do that. So I only use stuff that works here.
And so, as Dr. Nicholas, our sponsor, says, it enhances the clinical outcome. And
Yes.
you have a lot of pretty fancy tools, and this is part of your tool chest, and it makes a big difference. Well, thank you so much, and congratulations. Yes, great to have you. Okay, well, our next quantum healing doctor has a completely different story, and it started out with a dog. And this is a woman who I've known from many other adventures. And like Gregory and Harris were talking about, Gregory says it's building long-term mutually rewarding relationships. Well, we fell in love with each other many companies ago, and and she's shared products from other networking companies, like a lot of them, never did a business, and she is a gift in my world, because when Gregory was going through his challenge, she was a major support to me, because she could see things I couldn't see. And she has had amazing experience with her dog, with her clients. And I want to introduce Dr. Tiana Conte. Welcome and congratulations.
Yes, thank you, Robin, and everybody. It is such a joy to be here. And Robin, you hit it right on. How can I say it? This company is all about love and light. Oh, unfortunately, they're asking me to do my video, but this is what happens when I do video. I become a ghost. You can see that I'm here.
Yeah.
But it's bad camera, bad internet. Anyway, what happened with Starsky is Robin's really saved Starsky's life. I posted on Facebook, can anybody send healing to my dog? And Robin said stem cells helped her friend's dog. I didn't waste any time, and neither did Robin. And the stem cells, what I saw that night when they arrived and I put it on Starsky's collar, was a miracle in action. And ever since then, it's been one miracle after another, after another, after another, meaning first it started with Starsky, the ripple effect, then to my clients, to myself, to everybody. And even tonight, I have an aha that I want to share. I wasn't sure whether I could be on here tonight because I had a client in a dire state of heart failure. And guess what happened? This is a true story right off the presses. We used carnosine. And I witnessed with the healing work and the release of the emotional trauma behind the heart and carnosine. I have tears in my eyes as I share. She left here feeling really strong and good. That is the power we have in these patches by our incredible servant leader inventor that bring light into the body to awaken its own intelligence to heal itself. I've been doing it. I've been blessed since I was a little girl and had my first healing on the mumps when I was 5 years old. And I told him to go away because I wasn't a hamster. And now I used to joke that everybody's got the ability to heal, and I put hands on boo-boo to make it better. But now this is the 21st century. Everybody has to have their own sovereignty. So patch them and make them better. Give them back their sovereignty, their power. Make them feel good about themselves, because it's not about you. You are the leader. You are the light bearer, but they are the star. And this company, Robin, I know the secret of why the many companies, none of them work, because I didn't do this as a business. The business snuck up on me on the backdoor process. But the key that what happened was that it was aligned with my soul's mission and vision. And that's what I want for everyone. Their soul's mission and vision connected with LifeWave to ripple effect, high quality living, so nobody has regrets at the end of their days, whether they want to do it for self-care or for global self-care. We are in the right company with the right people, with the right love. And I feel so blessed and honored. And I still don't know how I got to be senior director. That's God's because like Dr. Tammy and Harris, I was not planning on it. As a matter of fact, before Starsky, I had said, that's it. I love network marketing. I'll use the products, but there's no way I'm doing this as a business. I'll just work it with my clients quietly. And then along comes Starsky, and along comes LifeWave, and along comes a tidal wave of possibility. And I'm also blessed to have the most incredible team, the people whose hearts and souls are all about leadership, love, and serving. And Robin, you and Gregory are enlightened examples of an enlightened couple that we can't be more. I mean, I couldn't be more honored. God couldn't give me a better team, a better thing. And I love acronyms. So I want to leave people with 2 acronyms. Tonight, I did CPR. And in LifeWave, that's called caring, like Gregory always loves to say, because that's what we're all about, caring and connecting and communicating, all those big C's. Then P is for pairing. Listen to their needs, not your needs, and be a matchmaker. Match what they need with the kits, with the customer service, with the whatever you need to do. And keep reconnecting, keep checking in on them, follow up on your customers, your leaders. Make it a global thing, because we're a team. Together, everyone attracts miracles.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well, everyone got to hear from 2 of our precious doctors, and it's very interesting. They were just naturally doing what they do. They love people, they care for them, they serve them, they patch them, and then they keep growing in the ranks. And I remember when Dr. Tiana was brand new, and she kept doing, don't she always does? She goes, I keep making money. I don't even know how I'm making money, but the checks keep coming and they're getting pretty big. So it was,
you were the one that actually told me, have you gone to your back office? And I said, I don't even know how to get into the computer, much less the back office. And you said you have several $1,000s. And that's when I realized it was becoming a business. Because here's another clue. Never leave home without them. You can take your American Express card too, but never leave home without the patches. Because I was patching people at Starbucks, on Metro North, on plane rides in first class, you name it, patch them. Oh, and I just want to end, Robin, with Starsky's motto, since Starsky started our tidal wave of Team Starsky Soul Power. And it was, if anybody is suffering physically, emotionally, mentally, or financially, just patch them. That was Starsky's motto.
beautiful. That's, oh, thank you, Team Starsky, who started it all. Another time we'll have you share more of your Starsky story because it's an amazing story for everyone to hear. And I was privileged to witness it from afar, and it changed a lot of lives. So, and you taught me to never leave home without it. And then I started carrying my little first aid kit and my little packet, my little card holder with all my patches. So it's because of you that I have my first aid kit with me at all times.
Yay! And everybody needs that beautiful pouch that you have available for everybody so they can carry it everywhere.
Yeah. Well, congratulations, my dear. Thrilling to have you, both of you, as new senior directors. And that's just a stepping stone to what's next.
Thank
Because
you.
it's, yeah.
We couldn't do it without our whole global team.
It's a pretty special team. Yeah.
Well,
Great.
I just want to say, Dr. Tiana, Dr. Cami, God bless you both. You're living, breathing examples of loving servant leadership, and just falling in love with the process of helping people heal, helping people with their challenges. And I love what you said, Dr. Cami, you're not going to give them something that doesn't work because then they're going to come whine at you, So, and the fact that you both have such credibility with your clients that, they know that you have their best interest at heart. So that's a lesson for all of us. And I watch Robin. We're at a festival yesterday with Carolee, here in Montana, a music festival, and Carolee had a Lifeway booth there. And, we were patching people, and Robin just was so loving and attentive. And what are you feeling? What's going on? And, and they all went home with patches. Some of them bought sleeves of patches, and, it was very, very productive. So lessons for all of us. Well, we've got some other stuff. Should we jump into the rest of our agenda?
Yep.
And I'm just
Let's
going to
do
blast through most of it. Let me share my screen again. And hopefully everybody's getting your newsletter. And this is just a quick review of the newsletter. And tomorrow night, Robin, you're going to be interviewing one of our other favorite doctors.
Yes, Dr. Stuart Friedenfeld's with us tomorrow night. It's our introduction to LifeWave and X39 in the company. So bring guests. This is a great call for guests. And you also have an opportunity to share your stories and ask questions. And Dr. Stewart's fabulous.
And Harris, you're going to love meeting Dr. Stewart sometime on the soccer field or the pickleball court, because he's like you, only he's a little bit older because he's in his 70s, right?
73.
73.
And a half.
And he plays soccer with 20 and 30-year-olds. And it used to take him 2 or 3 days to recover after a game. And now the next day he feels fine. So recovery's gone. So So Fall Business Building Blitz is in action, week 4. God bless everyone for plugging in. Invite. Here's the schedule. We sent out the schedule this morning. We sent out a corrected one a little bit after that to make some of the mistakes, but it's right there. And I do want to remind people that our upline founding SPD and enroller Kai Jacobson's put $10,000 bonus pool together for the first 20 directors from September 1st. And we've extended it to January 1st, 2023, because the company officially extended the incentive. Where are we going? Not Acapulco. Aruba. Aruba. The Aruba incentive is extended through the end of the year, so we extended our promotion. So I'm not going to go over the details. They're there for your reading, but we're really looking forward to sharing the good news and seeing many of you in Aruba with us, and many of you, hitting the director and getting that extra $500 bonus. Thursday morning.
Wait. Tell them about the qualification to get the bonus, Sunny.
Can't they read it?
Well, in order to get that 500, you have 2 parts: being a new director and having at least 5 guests on those Blitz Zooms. And a lot of people are having some great success. 25 minutes start to finish.
And let me suggest
For prospectors and brand builders, yeah, go ahead.
One thing I want to point out is these do not replace InTouch. In fact, I'd like to say these are probably a step 2 exposure. You can start with the InTouch because boom, they get it right now. You don't have to wait for the next, Blitz call, and we're calling them stem cell webinars. You don't have to wait for the next stem cell webinar. you can send them a 3-minute video or the 4-minute or any one of the videos from In Touch right now. And if that piques your interest, and as Kyle likes to say, on a 1 to 10 scale, what's your level of interest? And find out if they're 7 or above. Actually, if they're a 1 or above, you can put them on the webinar. Okay. But I think it's a good, for some people, it's going to be a first exposure. I think it's a great second exposure. If they watch a video first, the 3-minute video, then they come to the 25-minute presentation, they're going to get up that call and they're going to sign up as a customer or a brand partner. I can almost guarantee that. So moving forward, this Thursday, we have our morning business chat. So, and that, the topic is yet to be unveiled, but it's certainly going to be worthy of your time. And this morning, if you missed this morning's Monday morning miracle call, you ought to go back and Live Younger and watch it, or back in YouTube and watch it. I tell you, these calls just brighten up your day. We had so many wonderful stories, 100 people on there just sharing their heart's love for LifeWave and the miracle that the product's producing for them and family and loved ones. So amazing opportunity we have. So we've gone a little long on this call.
Wait,
Robin,
we're not done. We're not done yet.
I know. Is there anything else you wanted?
Turn it
Oh,
over.
there we go. Okay.
I want to talk about Gregory being on LifeWave Connect last week. Hope you guys saw it. If you didn't see it, you want to see it, click for the replay, because I'll tell you, I learned something new that I didn't know, and I thought I knew the In Touch app. So Gregory did a beautiful job of sharing the technology. If there's no of time, literally in seconds you can do exposures. It's amazing. So I want you to watch the replay if you didn't get to see it live, and play around with your app. What are you doing, honey? You created a square on the screen. You want to take that square away?
It's gone now.
Thank you. And then last week we had a special webinar because we are really wanting to support, in case you can't tell, we want everyone to have the best fourth quarter ever. And we had a webinar last week that was amazing with JJ Joshua, and it was a half hour that could literally change your life and create the best fourth quarter ever. And the replay is available there, and amazing handouts. Those flashcards, you want to print them out and cut them up and put them all over, because the visual cues really help you reconnect with your intention. She's a coach on intention. Our intention creates our reality. What is your intention? I've been working with JJ for 30 years, and it built, recently set an intention that I wanted a certain kind of, a certain niche group of people to show up in our business in spades. And I couldn't believe it, where it's coming from all different directions I could have never dreamt possible. Intention is powerful. So please watch that if you didn't see it, and then print out those handouts. She always offers tremendous value, and go to her website. It's JJ for Insight. It'll be on the bottom of all the handouts. So I think that's it, honey. We are continually supporting our Canadians, and we have a call with several of our Canadian leaders twice a month to stay updated with the manager of VIP, the manager of US North America customer service, to give pulse from the field. So if you're having challenges, if you need some help, please reach out to your upline director, and we will work with you and give that feedback, because they are pivoting beautifully. They are dancing. They care so about taking care of our precious Canadians. So know that we have a wonderful feedback source happening now with corporate to make sure you get the best support ever.
And Robin,
Okay,
I'm
I
sorry
think
to
I'm
say,
done now.
but your voice is breaking up, and I don't know if mine is, but you're phasing in and out. So I think this kind of brings the call to a wrap. There's some other things on the newsletter. You can peruse at your own, but we've simplified the weekly schedule. So tomorrow we have the health practitioner call in the evening. And then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday, we have our 4 X39 stem cell presentations. On Wednesday, we also have Dr. Nicholas. And on Wednesday, we also have the Live Younger Mastermind for our directors and above. So the schedule's right here. You may want to print it out and have it handy. But we want to thank everyone, especially our new achievers, you know, Harris, Dr. Cami, and Dr. Tiana. Congratulations. So Chris says I'm not breaking up, but Robin is. So I don't know. We both share the same wonky internet connection, but sorry about that, folks.
We're on DSL, you guys.
One of the drawbacks of living in paradise, you know, in Montana. So we love you all. We're so grateful for each and every one of you and being part of this wonderful team. Have a great week, and we'll be here with you throughout the week. I'm happy and sad that we're going to miss you. But this coming Sunday morning at 7:30, Rob and I are jumping on a plane to Italy, and we'll be gone for 16 days. We may be making a surprise appearance here and there, but we have so many leaders who are going to be stepping in to fill the gaps and can keep all these communications and webinars going. So just want to tell you all how much we love you, and we'll be thinking about you from Rome, Venice, Florence, Assisi, and maybe 1 or 2 other places.
And it's actually a vacation. I'm not even taking my computer.
Yeah. Okay. Well, God bless y'all. Wonderful day, wonderful night, wonderful week. Bye-bye.